So here, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Asta was able to take magic away, part 3, probably the end of this what if. So yeah, if I get to finish it, this will be the end of this what if, so yeah. Now, I know it's been 4 months since the last time I upload this, so yeah. I'm trying to finish all what ifs I really forgot to finish and forgot all about them, but yeah. But not the point. Let me continue on where I last left it off, but first let me do a recap because I know that you all forgot the, what's it called? The 121 people that actually watched part 2, but yeah. Not the point. Let me go into the recap and yeah. So what happened last time was Asta, who kind of went to the Spade Kingdom to kind of take the demonic magic away from people. And also take away their just magic in general. He mostly took all the grimoires that were in the library of what's it called, the mostly like Spade Kingdom. He took their magic. Well, he took all their magic and took all the demonic magic. Killed almost all the demonic users, and even like normal people. He didn't really care. His followers who actually follow Asta to try to take out people. Well, mostly help Asta to become the Demon Lord. They kind of did take out a lot of people. So yeah, Asta went against the 3 Dark Tribe members. Zenon, Dante, and Veronica. Of course, he managed to kill Zenon and Dante, but kind of left Veronica alone, mostly as a companion. He asked her if she will follow him, which she said yes, and of course, that happened. Of course, after that, they kind of went to the, Clover Kingdom in disguise, mostly to go in a game. Mostly the game was, or kind of like a game battle, whatever thing. Asta was named, Roto, yeah, what was it? It was like Red Lightning, I forgot what I call it in Japanese. But of course, he also had his other kind of apprentice next to him, and his apprentice is a younger boy named Shigaraki. His magic is decay, and he has a very powerful magic of decay. Also, it was mostly given by, or not mostly given, it was awakened after, Asta kind of met him. Of course, he killed his parents after getting angry, but yeah, similar to Shigaraki's story from my Villain Academia. Of course, he also kind of asked Vanica to kind of disguise as another person so they can be on the team. Of course, Vanica has what's it called, curse magic, of course, but she also has, she also has disguise and illusion magic, which she disguised as a Aqua Deer kind of member. This is where, those 3 were on a team together. They weren't mostly like trying. They were only there to get information. Now, of course, Asta was there only to get information for how much magic he has, how strong has he become, how strong in this and that and that. He's mostly planning around how strong is. But yeah, of course it worked. Asta, after a while, they kind of gave up. They made sure to look like they were trying against the other team, but made sure to just look like they didn't try. Of course, also before leaving after losing against the other team because the other team was Solid, Asta made sure that he uses his Red Lightning to paralyze Solid. So when the whale fought against him, she destroyed him in an instant. But yeah, this is where Solid could barely even move anyway, after Red Lightning shot through his body. Literally, when Red Lightning touched Solid, it erased all the magic he had inside his body, paralyzing him because the Red Lightning still has the same effect as like normal lightning to paralyze people, but it has the anti-magic with it. So of course, it just shocks through someone's body and literally destroys all the magic points inside it. But yeah. So of course, after that, Solid could barely be used or construct any magic. But yeah, that's where we go into Asta kind of already leaving. Well, he already left, and yeah. So yeah, this was a recap, but yeah, only wanted to explain on how Asta's magic still kind of works. But not the point. Let me begin into, well, where I last left off. This is where, well, we go into Asta, Shigaraki, and Veronica kind of getting back towards the base. Now, when they get back to the base, it's mostly somewhat not really in what they call, well, it is in Spade Kingdom. They're just right now planning. This is where, well, pretty much Asta is planning with the, what's it called, how many people he has. He's right now planning to, well, wait until the Clover Kingdom's fall. When he talks about the Clover Kingdom fall, he's actually talking about, well, when the Clover Kingdom kind of fights against the elves. Now, of course, Asta isn't going against, going to go against the elves at that time. He's actually going to go against the Diamond Kingdom. Because he knows the Diamond Kingdom has a lot of people. And I mean, a lot of people in despair, and Bernie has their magics. So yeah, he mostly did get a lot of followers when he kind of invaded the Spain Kingdom. But of course, right now, how many followers he has in total of mostly loyal members are about, well, at least 2,000. Not enough to go against, well, the Clover Kingdom. Unless they want to get slaughtered. But of course, where he's moving his army straight towards the Spade King, well, not the Spade King, the Diamond Kingdom, but yeah. Now, of course, he made sure before going to the Diamond Kingdom to make sure that his army is tough enough, strong enough. Even if he has to work with a scientist, like a couple of scientists, right now kind of helping him to kind of inject, what's it called, well, magic and like different types of grimoires from his own grimoire. He can actually, combine other people like grimoires together with, what's it called, when he takes out a page from his own grimoire, because you see here, Asta's grimoire is like wide. It has about like 10,000 chapters, like a bunch of like pages. Of course, they're all different like chapters of magic. Like one chapter can actually contain of like one grimoire that he actually combined with his own grimoire. And if he takes that page out, that page literally turns into the grimoire that was kind of combined together. Mostly it turns back into a normal original grimoire. It has back the magic and other stuff. Of course, this is where, well, he doesn't actually, well, he has the magic, the grimoire, mostly the page that's there that he actually ripped out, kind of becomes like this hologram blue. Mostly it's like a copy one that he actually kind of copied. This is where, no, he actually kind of like gives him a copy version of the magic grimoire. He has the original, so, but yeah. But of course, they don't have the anti-magic effect for the grimoire, so yeah. Of course, well, he's been combining people's grimoires together with others to actually make them much stronger. And, well, just trying to make the army much, much more stronger before invading the, well, Diamond Kingdom. Now, after he invades the Diamond Kingdom, he's going to invade, well, will try to invade the Clover Kingdom or the, well, Heart Kingdom. But for right now, he's going to invade the Diamond Kingdom. We go into a time skip of that happening. Now, of course, this is where, well, the elves are starting to attack. And, well, the Clover Kingdom, Partry is right now kind of like starting the whole freaking war with the elves and what's it called, the Clover Kingdom. So, of course, all similar original canon kind of happens. Mostly, Yuno is the one to try to defeat, what's it called, Zenon? Or not Zenon, what's it called, Zakret? Of course, where, well, Zakret managed to almost, like, die. But, of course, where, well, he managed to escape from everyone. Like, he managed to kind of escape and get towards, well, a very powerful magic signature. And that was none other than Asta. Well, not Asta, Shigaraki. Zakret was about to try to, like, get into Shigaraki's body until Shigaraki turned around and grabbed Zakret, the sword, the spirit. This is where, well, Zakret widened his eyes. Shigaraki doesn't just have, well, what's it called, the magic of what's it called, decay, but also have the, what's it called, spatial magic of Bezel. Mostly one of the strongest demons in, what's it called, the underworld. Just he has the magic. He has the what's it called magic capacity. He just doesn't have Beelzebub itself. He has a form that's similar to that of like going to like a demonic form. So yeah, pretty much he touches what's it called the spirit by kind of putting what's it called what's it called spatial magic around when he touches what's it called Zagreus. Of course, this is where the spatial kind of magic kind of allows him to actually be able to touch what's it called Zagreus physically, but also start decaying. This is where Shigaraki says, "Don't you dare get near me, you pathetic scum." This is where, well, he decays him fully, but yeah. This is where Shigaraki then goes back to training. Right now, learning how to use his spatial magic and his decay, but yeah, together. Now, of course, this is where, well, we go into Veronica. Veronica is right now kind of using her curse magic, and she's also trying to learn about what's it called her blood manipulation magic. But yeah, she does have blood manipulation magic. I think so. Yeah, she is also using her disguise magic much better. But yeah, this is where, well, she hears clapping and she turns around just to see, well, the person that she kind of started falling in love for, and that is none other than Asta. Asta is 16. Of course, he has long white hair, like long white hair. Even though it kind of was short in what's called original canon, it's actually longer. Think of it like Majin Park's long hair when he's fighting against Morty Jim, the Supreme God. When, well, Majin Park is in the Supreme God form. But yeah, long hair like that. He also has these eyes. Instead of being green, they're actually a very, what's it called, purplish color. They're a very bright but dark purplish color. This is where, well, he also has what's it called, well, his features on his face isn't like a kid's face. It's a little bit more muscular and more of like an adult. But he's not an adult. He's actually still 16. He's 6'1". And of course, well, he is wearing a black suit, like a black, what's it called, suit with a bow tie and other things like yeah, you get the point. And of course, well, even though it's not very customized to kind of be wearing this, because back then they wear like whatever the hell they actually wear, I forgot. But yeah, so of course, this is where, well, he has that on, and this is where he's slowly clapping while walking towards Veronica. Of course, to where, well, I should mention he also has a face mask, like a breathing face mask. That's just because he only has that just to look a little bit more menacing. This to where, well, it's not really something helpful to him. I mean, breathing much better because when he uses some of his magic, it kind of does give him like a toxin, but yeah, that he's not fully immune to, but yeah. But of course, the word, well, I say fully immune to because he's somewhat kind of barely. He does get hurt a little bit, but he can also heal himself really fast by the healing magic, but yeah. So where, well, he's clapping toward Veronica, and Veronica just kind of blushes a little bit. This is where, well, he says that, mostly Asta says, "So, Veronica, how's your magic training?" This is where she says, "Really good, yeah, it's fine." This is where, well, she kind of just rubs back of her head. Of course, this is where she has long black hair instead of her short black hair than original canon, but yeah. This is where, well, she's wearing what's it called, instead of her original clothes, she's wearing a black, like, latex, well, not latex, it's mostly like a black how should I say, it's like a, not black skirt, she is kind of wearing like this, think of, well, Tatumi, yeah, not Tatumi, what's it called, what was her name, Tornado from, One Punch Man. Or not Tornado, mostly Fubuki, mostly Blizzard, whatever. She's kind of wearing similar something like that. Of course, this is where, well, she kind of has, well, this black eye patch that doesn't really have the spade symbol no more. It's mostly what's it called, the symbol of, well, it's mostly the symbol of what Asta's grimoire kind of looks like this. And it does kind of have like a moon like a moon crest underneath the 5 clover kind of leaf, but yeah. She mostly kind of asked for it like that because she's really, really deeply has a crush for, well, Asta. But yeah, even though Asta's 16. But yeah, Asta can actually age up his age. Thanks to the magic that he basically been collecting for a while. He actually found like different magics very unique. Some of them kind of useless, but still very unique. But yeah, this will work well. Veronica was actually aged to be actually 16, the same age as with Asta, because Asta didn't really mind. Now, of course, where Veronica says, "So, Asta-san, when are we going towards the Diamond Kingdom to attack them?" That's where Asta says, "Oh, that? We're going after, about, well, I would say right now, but if my calculations are right, it seems that not Diamond, mostly the Clover Kingdom should be in distraught still. Or right now, just full of distraught. There will be so many people wanting to come to the Spade Kingdom since of the, whole thing of between the elves and, people. They were trying to blame it on one person. Of course, those who actually had demonic magic. Those who were actually kind of experiment on by people in the Clover Kingdom. So of course a lot of peasants and commoners will actually want to go to the Spade Kingdom. Because the information like ours right now wasn't really tracked to go to, Clover Kingdom. So of course this is where, we'll have a lot of followers with us. We'll just have to be at the edge, very edge of, near, the border of our own kind of territory. This is where Veronica says, "But I thought this wasn't our territory, just a small base of operation." Exactly. I'm going to build a true kingdom. This is where, Veronica started following Asta, and Asta had his hands back to his, back. And this is where he says, "What I really want to build is a true kingdom, in the middle between all four kingdoms. This kingdom will be an empire ruled by a true demon lord like me. It would be so great. I just gotta get Julia's magic and also the Heart Queen's magic, unless you want it. My sweet blood princess." This is where he turns around, kind of mostly glancing at Veronica while giving her a small, kind of like a small smile. This is where, Veronica blushes and says, "Well, I do want her magic. It's pretty interesting. But, this is where, she's all blushing and red." Also knows how to kind of be somewhat of a playful kind of tone with girls, because he's pretty damn smart. He's also been reading on a lot of things, like romance and other things. So, of course, he's not dumb at all. He can also kind of read a little bit into her kind of mind and what she's thinking. But yeah, but of course, he's not doing that right now. He instead walks away and says, "Don't worry, we will be mobilizing later. For right now, you'll be staying here in the kingdom, while me and Shigaraki will be going towards the Clover Kingdom. Don't worry, don't cause any chaos, and don't try to destroy everything you see." It's where Veronica kind of blushes and nodded slowly. But we go into, Asta and Shigaraki kind of leaving on a magical bird thanks to someone. This is where, someone said ice creation, magical, ice, frozen phoenix. This is where, this frozen kind of phoenix appear. This is where the person says, "May we go, my lord?" This is where, Asta says, "Yes. We'll be taking Shigaraki also. Also, we'll be taking someone who will be able to be strong enough to teleport them all. However many there is." This is where, the person nodded. He did kind of nod and shake his head. This is where we go into Asta. Right now, going towards the Clover Kingdom. This is where he says, the Clover Kingdom. It's been a while. It's been a couple of, I should say, weeks since the last time I saw this kingdom. I hate it all. This is where, he kind of smiles until he had his face of anger and annoyment of this kingdom. But yeah, this is where, Asta kind of noticed a group of like a huge line of people right now getting close towards the, close towards the border of the Clover Kingdom. This is where near the Spade Kingdom. This is where, well, I was gonna say, this is where, well, both, well, mostly the Magic Knight that was right now kind of with the creation of this Ice Phoenix, kind of nodded and says, I understand. This is where, well, they drop down right now, flying towards what they call the group of people. And right now, there's two people holding their hands. And of course, there's like 5 children behind them right now with different demonic magics. Right now, kind of being kind of like these bodyguards. This is where, well, when they kind of getting closer towards the Spade Kingdom, they also have Sekra, mostly what's it called, Nero with them. But yeah, this is where, well, Asta and the others land down. This is where they're kind of confused and think that this is, well, mostly everyone thinks that this are what's it called, Clover Kingdom Knights, Magic Knights. This is where Asta claps his hands and says, wow, I didn't expect to see this many people. My prediction must be a little bit off. What an interesting bunch. This is where, well, both of the females that have their hands together, one of them says, who are you? Are you with the, before you say, are we with the Clover Kingdom? No, but I am from the Spade Kingdom. My name is Asta, the Demon Lord of the Spade Kingdom. And, well, I kind of ask in what you're all trying to do. This is where, well, they all look at each other. Mostly a lot of people are whispering as they're hearing, well, Asta what he said. Of course, rumors started going all down throughout the line. And of course, where, well, people start talking about it. But yeah, this is where Asta says, may I ask again, please, tell me what you're doing. Or, don't tell me and I will obliterate you all. That's why he said it in such a harsh tone because he needs to know the right answer. He doesn't want to beat around the bush. He wants a straight answer. This is where, well, the people that are right now holding their hands, mostly one of them let go. And she has black hair and has the magic of combine, mostly combined magic. This is where, well, or magic, whatever it's called. But yeah, this is where, well, compost magic, combine, I don't remember. But yeah, similar towards Asta's magic of combine. But yeah, this is where, well, she says that we're here to leave the Clover Kingdom because we were treated horribly. We want to start our new life. This is where, well, Asta says, if you want to start a new life, you will have to become soldiers of my kingdom. This is where, well, so many people whisper. And this is where Asta says, but don't worry. I have the power to give you all stronger magics. Don't worry. Do you choose to follow me? Or do you want to go back to the Clover Kingdom? Which are fine, but you will get killed by this young fella right here. And don't think that he's young. This is where, well, Asta extended a little bit of magic, stronger magic, that everyone kind of felt it, and everyone felt kind of scared. But this is where a giant ice dragon appeared right now, roaring. This is where the 2 other followers were just standing still. This is where Shigaraki says, die. This is where a special magic kind of appears over this ice dragon, mostly on top of the head, and it just decay and destroying in an instant. Mostly he managed to touch it without being anywhere close to it. This is where, well, Asta says, like you can see right now, my young apprentice here is strong enough to easily take out very powerful magic creatures. So tell me, are you here to follow me, or are you here to give up and die? This is where, well, everyone looks at each other and everyone thinks. This is where, well, everyone nodded. They're all willing to go with what's it called. Well, Asta. This is where, well, Asta says, good. Then go into the magic transport circle. This is where the person starts making the magic circle, and of course where he makes it big enough so it can take a lot of people. But yeah, this is where multiple people starts walking to a line, waiting until they're transferred, then walk in and transfer. And yeah, this is where, well, Asta says, but can I see you 5 demonic children? This is where, well, the 5 demonic children looks at him confusedly. Now, of course, they don't have strong, powerful demonic, what they call, like, beings inside them. And so they have kind of weak ones. Like, kind of weak, but one of them has a medium one. Now, of course, they're kind of connected to it, mostly connected to the demon. But, of course, they have, like, in their grimoire, instead of, like, inside them or something like that. But they don't have them being controlled by the demon. Mostly the demon is actually helping them. And so, well, Asta decides to kind of make their mana pool be a little bit much bigger by sharing his own mana. Well, the mana that hasn't actually been turned into anti-magic into them. Being able to kind of be able to control the demon much better. Or the demon will be able to kind of give them more power. But yeah, this is where they feel a lot stronger. Asta explains that he gave them a little bit of his mana reserves, making them be able to control, well, the demonic power within them much better. This is where one of them has a fox demon, another one has a dragon demon, another one has, mostly one has a, fox demon, that was the medium kind of one. The other three kind of has, simmers towards an animal of a demon type. One has a gorilla demon, but this gorilla demon allows them to kind of have the strength of kind of the like a gorilla, and also be able to bring out, well, other gorillas from demonic magic. But yeah, but of course everyone's there until he sees what's it called. Well, one of the commoners walked past him. He also felt the demonic magic. This is where he grabs the person's hands and pulls him out of the line. This is where the girl was actually surprised and shocked, and of course kind of was held by Asta, mostly the demon lord. This is where Asta kind of looked into her eyes, and this is where she blushes a little bit because seeing those dark purplish eyes makes anyone can blush. This is where, well, his long white hair can make anyone really fall for him. But yeah, this is where Asta says, "So, I can feel a little bit of demonic magic within you. Well, not a little bit, a lot, but you're trying to hold it back. You just don't like the Clover Kingdom. Is that right?" This is where the girl seems to be around his age, being 16. She has palish, kind of like pink blondish hair, or kind of like rosy kind of pinkish hair. Blondish mostly, not pinkish, mostly blondish. And of course she has dullish blue eyes. And this is where, well, Asta's grinning at her. This is where, well, she kind of shook her head. Pulls out a grimoire with a 5-leaf clover on it. This is where, well, Asta grins and says, "Huh. So can I know what your magic is?" This is where, well, she nods and says that's despair magic. And the only way to kind of get stronger is by, well, feeling all the despair from all these people. This is where, well, Asta says, "Then prove it." This is where she opened her grimoire and she becomes much more powerful. This is where, well, she activates a spell of despair gathering. This is where a bunch of people do have a little bit of hope still within them, but they still feel a lot of despair because they don't know if they will survive the journey or anything. Mostly the people at the back of the line. But of course, the word, well, she kind of started transforming. Her magic like red, kind of dark, malicious magic started appearing around her. That's where one of her eyes becomes a mostly not bloodshot red. Mostly her pupil, instead of being dullish blue, becomes red. Her hair becomes black, well, kind of crimson red a little bit, but yeah, but black somewhat. Crimson red and black, but mostly like black and highlights red, or crimson red. And of course, well, she says, "This is what my magic can do." This is where half her hair literally transformed into it. That's where her other eye was almost transformed into red, but it's still kind of a palish blue. That's where Asta grins and says, "Huh, such an amazing magic for such a beautiful girl." This is where, well, she blushes because she wasn't never expecting that. Because she doesn't wear like fancy nice clothes because she's only a commoner. But of course she wasn't actually expecting that. This is where, well, Asta grins at her with this kind of, well, just grin at her. This is where, well, she kind of just smiles back gently. This is where, well, Asta says, "So, want to be my second princess?" This is where, well, she widened her eyes and said, "What? What are you talking about?" This is where, well, mostly second queen, but yeah, second princess slash queen. This is where, well, she says, "What are you talking about?" This is where, well, her face is all red. This is where Asta is actually enjoying her sight of being flustered. Just like he enjoys the sight of actually teasing Ivanica a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, she says yes, but stuttery. And this is where Asta says, "Okay, what's your name then?" This is where, well, she says Junko, no last name. This is where Asta says, "Okay, fine." This is where, well, Asta takes her hand, and right now having her hand in his hand, right now together. This is where everyone else is seeing this, but yeah. This is where people are being teleported, but yeah. This is where Asta says, we have company. This is where, well, it's the Black Bull Captain, what's it called? The, Flame Captain, the Crimson Alliance Flame Captain, and the Silver Eagles Captain. This is where, what's it called? Asta says, Shigaraki, deal with them. Shigaraki nodded. He spreads out demonic wings from his back, a demonic tail, and this is where, well, he activates bone magic and decay magic, and also his spatial magic. So basically, he has a kind of Zagan's power. But this is where, well, with the bone magic, he can actually shoot it and actually still have decay power inside it, which is stabs anyone, literally their bones will start decaying first, or mostly, yeah, decaying first, making no one be able to get away from anyone. But yeah, this is where, well, it can also decay the flesh no matter what, but yeah. That's where, well, he starts sending multiple bone magic spears at, well, the kind of captains. This is where the flame captain won in his eyes because he almost got hit. Luckily, it was his flame arm that actually was the one to be almost taken out. This is where, well, Yami's right now using his dark magic to try to swing the blades back. But of course, he's right now, they're all just stalling up there. This is where the Silver Eagles managed to make silver, well, mostly a silver shield. But that shit just got pierced. He almost got hit. Which he's trying to make the, what's it called, silver magic, or mostly the, what's it called, mercury magic much more stronger. Trying to block out the bone magic from actually piercing them. This is where, well, Junko gets scared and says, what do we do? This is where Asta says, don't worry, my queen. You don't have nothing to worry. This is where, well, Asta got close to her and literally just kind of took her lips, but at the same time adding what's called mana into her. This is where, well, she won her eyes right now, blushing really hard. And this is where, well, Asta grins at her and says, you're still adorable. This is where, well, Junko says, what about them? This is where Asta says, don't worry, you have now your, well, mana capacity much bigger. So you don't need to worry about that. You just have to go with the others. Stand next to the other, well, how should I say, my other followers. Next to the Ice Phoenix. Of course, ask the demonic church to also be next to you. She nodded. This is where, well, the other demonic church are kind of getting ready unless they will fight. The captains, the magic level captains. This is where Shigaraki keeps sending more bone spears straight towards them. This is where, well, what's it called? The flame captain managed to get hit once in his leg and felt like his leg has given out off of him. This is where he almost fell off the flame dragon. The flame dragon sent a large flame attack at Shigaraki, but Shigaraki managed to make a spatial kind of barrier around it and destroys the, what's it called, flame ball. This is where, well, he keeps sending bones attacks. This is where, well, he keeps launching them, and this is where he then makes, what's it called, the spatial magic bow, pulls out a bone magic arrow out of nowhere, adding decay magic, and this is where when he launches it, is much more faster than any of the bone spears that he's been launching. This is where it pierces through the mercury magic that was right now kind of having some of the bone magic just sticking out of it, because, well, he managed to stop it. This is where he says, damn, I'm using so much magic. Said, what's it called, what was the name? Not Solid, it was, Nozo said, I managed to block them all. This is where, well, Yami and, well, what's it called, the flame captain says, good. This is where his leg is giving out, but luckily Yami's next one. This is where, well, Nozel says, I don't know how much we will have to stall, but it looks like most of the followers, or mostly the, what's it called, Clover Kingdom followers are actually managing to leave. Look at the line. This is where they say, damn, this is bad. But how are they leaving this fast? If you notice real quick before we got attacked by bone magic, it seems that there's people down there. And a guy with long white hair. And of course a black suit. This is where he said suit. He said like the suit. But he was trying to say suit, but it got cut off. When a bone arrow literally pierces through him and it hit him right in his chest. Right now kind of pierces behind him. But of course a bone magic arrow is still in his body. Poking out. This is where Nozo coughs up blood and literally lets down the mercury magic down while falling down to the ground. This is where, well, both, well, what's it called, Fogolian and also, well, Yami says, Nozel, This is where Nozel falls onto the ground, coughing up blood, saying, "How?" This is where, well, Shigaraki says, "I got one of the magic captains down." This is where Junko, who was standing next to one of the followers, just wanted her eyes and seeing how strong that young kid is. It seems the young kid seems to be the age of 14, or even 13. But he seems to be smaller and younger than, well, Asta. This is where Asta claps. It says, he kind of like slowly claps, saying, Asta says, good job, Shigaraki. Good aim. I see that you got better at using your magic. In only a couple of days. This is where, well, Shigaraki nodded. Do you want me to take out the others? Yes, please. This is where, well, both Fogolian and what's it called, Yami starts making a powerful barrier magic around them to try to, well, block out any of their magic attacks. But yeah, this is where, well, Shigaraki says, this is where, well, before he keeps going on, this is where, well, Asta says, but wait, Shigaraki, pause. Let me do it. This is where, well, Shigaraki says, oh, yes, sir. This is where everyone is kind of watching it. The last leftover followers are kind of walking forward, but of course watching this. This is where, well, Asta makes this black sinister magic appear from his hand. Right now, well, mostly not from his hand. Mostly, it seems that his book, his grimoire opens, and this just black kind of bow appears. Has this sinister magic. The, what's it called, little string, it also kind of has this black. But it's right now giving off this non-magic. It's not really magic. It's anti-magic. It's an anti-magic bow. This is where, well, he then makes a, well, anti-magic kind of element arrow. Right now, it's actually fire. This is where, well, it's fire combined with darkness, combined with steel, to give it like a physical kind of form. This is where, well, he puts it to the bow. And this is where the bow is called the Demon Tracker. Because this, well, mostly, well, the spell is called Demon Tracker. But the bow is called the Demon, well, this is called the Demonic Bow and Arrow. This is where, well, he then launches the arrow off the bow, and this is where the arrow launches in high speed, breaking the sound barrier about like 3 times before smashing through the like barrier and piercing, well, Fogolian. Fogolian goes, Pugh! He gets hit in the heart. This is where the arrow passes through him right now, just launching far away. This is where, well, when it hits upon a mountain, it destroys that top mountain. Everyone winds their eyes. This is where Junko says, he's that powerful? Holy fuck. This is where, well, Shigaraki grins, saying, that's my lord. This is where, well, Yami says, Fogolian. This is where before Fogolian can even say anything, he was literally consumed by flames of darkness. Well, it was called anti-flames of darkness. This is where, well, he was consumed all over his body right now, killing him in an instant. Yami wiped his eyes, then he was furious. This is where the last members of the followers disappear. This is where the leftover arms of the small, well, demon younglings and Junko. This is where, well, the teleporter user transporter says, can you please hurry up? This is where they nod and get in. This is where, well, Asta says, Shigaraki, and also, transporter, I need you all to also go. I'll be fighting against the darkness user. Don't worry, I'll be fine. This is where, well, they nod. Right now going into the teleporter. It disappears after a while, but yeah. This is where Asta grins at, well, Yami. Yami sees Nozel still very hurt. This is where Yami says, I won't lose. This is where he rushes at Asta right now with the blinding power of darkness just erupting through him. This is where, well, Asta says, oh, but you will. This is where, well, Asta's power erupted from him. This is where any snow or anything magic around him gets erased in an instant. Double union. This is where he said 2 words. Double union. This is where an aura, a powerful sinister aura, explodes from his body. right now, kind of looking at Yami, what comes out was this demon with about, well, mostly a demon comes out. A double union humanoid figure. He has what's it called? Mostly, this is what it looks like, his, double union form, but yeah. So, of course, if you saw the double union form, that's how it looks like. This is where, behind him are different elements actually around him. Mostly, they're all red and, black. But they're elements of different magic. This is where, flames, ice, water, earth, lightning, space. Not really, there's space. There's not time. Well, he still hasn't got the asteroid demon, but yeah. But this is where, he got different types of just magic behind him. They're just orbs behind him. Think of it like the Sage of Six Path kind of orbs, those black orbs. Yeah, they're like that. But they have the element in it. This is where Asta chuckles. Behind him, though, instead of just having no wings, he actually has about a good, mostly 12 wings in total. He has 12 crimson demonic wings. This is where, he's at, the highest level of being actually a devil, a very powerful devil. This is where Asta chuckles to himself and says, well, bring it on, Yami. I forgot his last name, but yeah. This is where Yami rushes at him right now with blinding speed. But we go into a time skip. This is where, we go back into the, what's it called? Spade Kingdom right now, advancing towards the Diamond Kingdom. The Diamond Kingdom is right now unable to fight back against, not really fight back. They're right now preparing to take out some of the, Clover Kingdom, because they see maybe they're weakened after the little information they managed to get, but yeah. But we go into a time skip. We go into Yami. Yeah, not Yami. Julius and the others right now kind of wanted to go into a training skip to go towards the, Heart Kingdom. But yeah, we go into a 6-month time skip. But Julius looks at Yami's condition, and Yami is no longer fit to be a captain. The problem is with Yami. Yami has an eye missing. His, right eye missing. His left arm gone. Literally just gone. It's not even a stump. It's pretty much gone. It's like ripped out of him. Like the bone near his shoulder just gone. This is where, his leg is also just, it's only a stump. It's only near the kind of knee part. But yeah. This is where, he barely has any magic. Like, his magic is barely even there. Like, he is close to having zero magic. Yami does. This is where, Julius said, sorry, Yami, but you cannot be a magic captain right now. One of your, successors will have to become the magic captain. And I haven't seen your first lieutenant, or, your lieutenant anywhere near you. That's why, Yami says, I understand. I will have to get one of them to become the new captain. That's why, what's it called? Julius nodded. But this is where Julius started. Fagolian and Nozel are no longer captains. Yami comes back with barely even able to become a captain any longer. Literally, Fagolian came back from the dead just to die again. Nozel is dead. He died after the clash and battle between Yami and Asta. Of course, it wasn't really much of a battle. It was mostly much of sending a message towards, the Kingdom of Clover, to show them that the Spade Kingdom isn't messing around, and they shouldn't be messing around. This is where, Julius is just saddened to see, a good friend of his, and also the others, but they're dead. Literally, they're dead. Mostly, Nozel, his body wasn't recovered and wasn't even be able to be found because it's literally buried in snow, but he was already dead thanks to the bone decaying arrow in his body. His bones are already gone. This is where, Fugoli, on the other hand, cannot be found. and neither is the what's it called flame spirit, because the flame spirit was taken by Asta. He took the flame spirit and made him become one with him. But yeah, and of course Yami's magic and his grimoire was also almost taken. Well, mostly his grimoire was taken, and his sword was shattered into a million pieces. But yeah, we go into Asta, go into the Diamond Kingdom, and just whistling very cheerfully, and seeing, well, the Diamond Kingdom barely be able to fight back against his army. His army of, well, mostly his legion, his demonic legion, his true anti-demonic legion goes against, well, the Diamond Kingdom. The Diamond Kingdom is almost fully overtaken, fully under his rulership, which it is. It only took 6 months. Well, 3 months entirely, but yeah, another 6 months passed by, and his kingdom has become the strongest. Mostly he took over Diamond Kingdom after a while, after seeing how much resources it actually had from the Spade Kingdom. But yeah, it was actually rich, well, kind of rich, mostly thanks to all the technology it was inventing, and yeah, this is where, well, he took all the resources from it. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into a time skip of, well, the Heart Kingdom and, well, the Clover Kingdom right now trying to make their armies bigger just to take out the, what's it called, well, Spade Kingdom. Yuno has become stronger, much more stronger, but Asta has been keeping tabs on, well, Yuno, just to always have plans and backup plans against him. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into, well, the whole battle, well, between the Spade Kingdom and, well, the Clover Kingdom and Heart Kingdom. The problem is, they were never attacked by the Dark Trial. And of course, Yami did tell, well, Julius about the figure. The figure basically kind of looked like that one person named Red Lightning, because he uses red lightning, and this red lightning literally paralyzed him and also drained some of his magic. And this is where, well, Julius was kind of worried about it. Did he let a terrorist, before even knowing he was a terrorist, in? Now, of course, how I should have mentioned that how Yuno managed to well, see Asta in that whole kind of like torment or whatever was because Asta literally was in his kind of younger version or kind of smaller version, because he can change his height back towards 5'2", and of course kind of also looked kind of younger, and his hair was shorter and other things, but his eyes were kind of a purplish color, just to kind of make get confused. But yeah. But of course, we go into, well, Asta. We go into, well, and, well, not Asta kind of, well, just getting ready. This is where, well, he asked Junko and Vanika to get ready to take out any member of the Clover Kingdom. This is where, well, all his members are getting ready also, and now we go into a time skip. The time skip of the Clover Kingdom being attacked by the army of, what's it called, Diamond, because Diamond, there was a lot of followers actually daring to follow him, even what's it called, some of the Shining Generals. And that's where, well, Asta is actually attacking them from two different sides, from the Spade Kingdom and also Diamond Kingdom. So yeah, but of course those magical regions were actually destroyed by Asta by using his anti-magic, but also taking some of the mana out of the, well, place. This is where, well, it was a clear shot to just kind of run straight towards the well, Clover Kingdom. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of the Clover Kingdom being under attack. This is where, well, magical knight captains were actually trying to fight back, but this is where half of the magical, well, captains were actually taken out pretty easily. It was none other than Shigaraki flying by and slicing the, what's it called, Blue Deer captain with his demonic claw, and of course flying through and destroying any of the captains, any of the new captains or old captains. That's where, well, the new Black Bull captain was none other than, what's it called, It was what's it called? Well, it was actually Magda that was actually become the captain, but he was taken out too easily. This is where he was shot. He coughed up blood and fell down, but yeah. This is where so many people are actually winding their eyes when their captains were defeated so easily. We go into Asta being right in front of Julius. Of course, all the members who were actually trying to protect the match, mostly any like magical knights were actually trying to protect the Clover King, not the Wizard King. But the Wizard King has some knights to protect her, but they're all defeated instantly. Right now, Asta is in front of Julius with his what's it called, impassioned look. He just looks at Julius before giving him a sinister grin. This is where Julius says, what's it called, Chromo State. This is where before he was able to say Chroma State. This is where his head was grabbing an instant. Right now, all his magic was being absorbed, even the demonic magic. And this is where, Asta says, "Oh, Lucas, come out, my dear friend." This is where, Julius changes into being Lucas, and Lucas says, "No, my plans. You can't do this, you bastard. I was supposed to be God." This is where, Asta says, God? Oh, you were supposed to be God? What a laughable fucking plan that is. I wasn't planning to become God. I was becoming a true demon lord. This is where, he took the magic and just remained the two spirits, mostly the two souls entwined together. Mostly Lucas and Julius. Lucas is right now having no magic. And he looks at Asta with these anger eyes and says, "You bastard!" He grabs something from the desk and tried to stab at Asta. Asta said, "Oh really? I'm a bastard." Mostly his grimoire opens and summons literally 5 swords stabbing upon, Lucas. Lucas is coughing up blood. He's right now pinned to the wall in an instant. "You motherfucker." That's too right. Asta chuckles and says, "Oh, it's so laughable. Very laughable." "Oh, just seeing your distraught, despair face makes me just as giddy and grinning. Actually, Junko really would love the sight. Her beautiful face would glow up to be so much." This is where, Asta just grinning to himself. This is where, Lucas, what are you talking about? "Oh, don't worry. You will see your siblings soon. Actually, very soon." This is where he makes a magic circle, and this is where someone appears. This is where Lucas says, "Veronica?" Veronica says, "Lucas?" This is where, Asta says, "Oh, so you two know each other. Well, then again, it makes sense since you two are siblings." This is where, Veronica says, She kind of just barely even looks at Lucas anymore. Lucas says, "What are you doing? Why are you helping him? What about Dante or Zenon?" This is where, she says in a quiet, dead, motionless voice, "They're dead." This is where, Lucas winds his eyes and says, "What are you talking about?" This is where Asta grins and just grabs her hand and pulls her close to him before kind of taking her lips. This is where Lucas sees this as a distraught look. "What are you doing?" "No, let go of my sister, you fucker." This is where Asta grins at him and says, "Sorry, no, she's my queen, and I don't really want to." This is where Veronica's blushing a lot. This is where Asta says, "Well, it's time for you to be gone." Anti-magic chroma state. Speed up age. This is where, mostly what's it called? Lucas says, "No, you mother!" This is where, he was turned to dust in an instant. Just dust flying away. This is where Veronica sees Lucas and says, "Bye, asshole." This is where, she said it whisperly, but yeah. This is where Asta grins and just kind of loves it. This is where, he then kind of brings back the 4 swords back, but yeah. Now these 4 aren't, mostly these 4 swords aren't the Demon Dweller, Demon Slayer, or the Demon, what's it called? Demon Dweller? Did I say Demon Dweller? I think I said Demon Slayer, Demon Dweller, Demon Destroyer. So, or the Demon Slasher, but yeah. These swords are just different. This is where, they're called the, 4 elements of, mostly the 4 swords of, mostly the, four element swords. One is fire, one is ice, or well, one is fire, one is water, one is lightning, and one is wind. But yeah, that's the word. Well, Asta is grinning to himself. But yeah, that's the word. Well, we go into the battle between the Clover Kingdom. The Clover Kingdom is literally falling before Asta kind of smashes through what's it called, a door, and this is where the Clover Kingdom says, well, mostly the Clover King says, "Who are you? I don't care who you are. Take him out." This is where, well, multiple, well, magic knights try to attack Asta, but Asta says, what's it called? Domain anti-magic barrier. This is where, well, everyone falls to the ground, and this is where, well, everyone feels this gravity pressure, but of course their magic being destroyed. Also walks past him, and this is where, well, the Clover King, "Stay back! I'll show you the true power from a monarch." This is where he goes, "Ha ha!" This is where, well, he got his heart ripped out of his chest. Falls down. Asta then pushes him out of the way, and of course, where he lays on the chair, mostly sits down and says, "Ha ha, well, too fucking bad. You're too much of a weakling, bitch." This is where, well, the two girls, well, mostly the two female kind of girls who are near the king, when their eyes, and when they get close to Asta, they're literally killed in an instant. Funny because they, "Don't you dare touch him." And next to the other one was, what's it called, Junko, and Junko's eyes were murderous red. "We only get to touch him." This is where, well, Asta grins and just smiles to himself because he actually likes them both. This is where, well, we go into, well, time skip. Asta is right now meeting up with Shigaraki after Shigaraki wiping out the Golden Dawn. Yuno is fighting back against Shigaraki, but Shigaraki is easily taking him out. Barely even, like, actually hurting him, just playing around, just slapping him around. He's right now trying to fight back. Now, of course, we were, well, what's it called? The Golden Dawn, mostly Golden Dawn leader, what was his name? William. They tried to fight against Shigaraki, but Shigaraki easily killed him. But yeah, this is where, well, Asta says, "Come here, Shigaraki. Stop playing with the Golden Dawn boy." This is where, well, Shigaraki says, "Yes, Lord Asta." This is where he disappears from Yuno's view, and of course, this teleport just went to cause more destruction or just kill whatever left. This is where, well, Yuno sees Asta, and Asta grins and says, "Hello, my old rival friend." How long has it been? This is where, well, Yuno says, "Asta? Oh, you remember my name. I thought you would be so damn arrogant to remember my name. What is happening here? Why are you attacking the, what's it called, Clover Kingdom?" Maybe it's because out of spite and revenge. Or maybe it's because I want to make my own kingdom, my empire dream, me at being the top, being the demon lord of this kingdom. Maybe it's that. Or maybe it's something else. Is it where, well, Yuno says, "What are you talking about? You monster. You kill everyone here. Damn you." This is where, well, also says, "Damn me? Wow, you're pretty rude." This is where Asta snaps his fingers, and this is where an arrow smashes into, well, what's it called? Yuno. Yuno says, "What just happened?" This is where, well, Asta says, "Unlock." This is where, well, he unlocks something. This is where, well, Yuno activates another grimoire. And this is the, well, grimoire from the Spade Kingdom. Asta grins and says, "There it is. Star magic." This is where, well, Yuno says, "What is that? What is happening?" Now, how did Asta make, was it called, the unlock happen? Well, see, it was a seal that was on Yuno. Well, on this one, it would be a seal because, yeah. This is where, well, and how he managed to unlock it was thanks to Sakura. Asta took her and just took her magic and then killed her off. But yeah, he really don't care. He didn't really have use for her at all. He just needed her for the, what's it called, magic that she has, the unique magic to unlock or lock things. But yeah, this is where, well, Yuno says, "I don't know what is happening." We go back into Yuno. "But all I know is I'm going to kill you, Asta." Asta grins and says, "Fight me, hero. Show me what you have." Also transformed back into double union. This is his double union looks like again. This is how his double union looks like again, but this is where he has like 12 wings behind him. But yeah. This is where, well, also grins at him, and this is where orbs behind man actually appear. This is where a tail also did appear, I forgot to mention, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta grins and says, "Fight me, Yuno." We go into Yuno and Asta right now just clashing. Right now, up in the air, red and black lights, well, what's it called? A black and red light. And of course, a green kind of light, but having the starry magic around him. Right now, clashing with Asta. Asta's easily taking out Yuno with using the demonic swords, the anti-magic swords, and the anti-magic arrow and bows that he can literally just bring out from his book. He's bringing out everything to just crush Yuno. Yuno cannot fight back. Every time he uses his magic, it just gets erased, destroyed instantly. He can't fight back against Asta. Asta's anti-magic is nothing. It's literally just, well, not nothing. Mostly, Yuno's magic is nothing compared towards Asta's true magic. His anti-magic. Asta says, "Do you not see what it is, Yuno? Do you not see the power difference between us? Look, open your eyes, Yuno. Our power is complete different. My power is easily stronger than yours. And when I take you out and slaughter you down, I'll be taking that magic from you." Just like your arrogant ass self, thinking that you were better than everyone. Well, look at us now. You're completely weaker than me. Your arrogancy is nothing compared to me. This is where, well, Yuno says, "I won't die." This is where, well, Asta says, "But you already have." He snapped his fingers. And this is where, well, he snapped, well, one of his hands, but his fingers. And this is where, well, something appeared all around Yuno. Out of the smoke. Well, out of dark smoke. This is where, well, Yuno was about to fly up, but this is where Asta kept him there. Right now, freezing him. This is where Asta says, "I don't want you to leave, Yuno. And instead, I want you to feel the anguish, the pain, the suffering I felt for so damn long. For everyone thinking I was nothing but a useless piece of trash. Huh? Let me show them that they missed out on someone so strong." This is where Yuno's trying to fly up, and literally like a spider web appears right now, stopping him. An invisible spider web. This is where, well, he looks at all the swords and just gulps and says, "Asta, let's talk." This is where multiple swords stab upon him. This is where, well, Asta grins. Right now floats towards him and puts his hand over his head. We go into dark. This is where, well, we go into Asta right now in the Heart Kingdom, destroying everyone. Vanica laughing against Lopechica. And of course, Lopechica can't even fight back against her. This is where, well, what's it called? Noelle and what's it called? What was her name? Mariana? Was it Mariana? Probably. But of course, they tried to fight back against Junko, but Junko easily slaughtered them because they were so pathetic. Vanica and Junko literally managed to kill them. But of course, this is where Asta appears near what they call Vanica and Lopechica to take what's it called Lopechica's magic away to give it towards Vanica. This is where Vanica was happy and very happy. This is where, well, the water spirit was also just taken mindlessly back. Well, mostly mindlessly, and give towards the call, well, Lopechica. Now, of course, they will never meet the elves. Mostly Pottery and the others will never meet the other elves, mostly descendants. But they were actually left alone. Mostly, Asta wants to build a good relationship with the other creatures. He just wanted to get rid of the humans. They were too arrogant for their own good. But of course, we go into many, many years later. We go into a 28-year-old Asta. Of course, like I said, his time isn't much of anything, but we go into exact age where he will be 28. This is where, well, we go into Asta being on top of a throne, and of course where he is looking at those holograms right now, showing everything and what's happening in his empire. His demon, well, mostly his legion, well, his empire called the Imperialists. This is where, well, children started running through the door, and this is where, well, children which that looks to be at least what's it called, like 5 to at least 6 years old start running through. This is where, well, they seem to be like 4 children total, and they just kind of run towards their father. This is where they say, "Father, father." This is where you kind of look into the children. This is where, well, one of the children, well, all the children kind of has longish silver highlights, but some of them has long silver hair or short silver hair. This is where, well, this is where some of their eyes are close to be purple, dullish purple, or kind of, well, we go into, well, some of them having a mixture of reddish and purple, or some of them has a bluish of purple also. This is where, well, we go into 3 people just entering. This is where, well, one person has blackish long hair, and of course, this is where she has a black dress. Of course, this is where, well, she's smiling very gently, of course, having an eye patch on her eye, but yeah. This is where, well, the other 2 is mostly a girl with longish blonde hair, of course, like kind of being a palish, pinkish, blondish hair, but yeah, of course, long flowing down from her back, and of course, wearing a kind of mixture of a red kind of pinkish dress, but yeah, mostly a red dress. This is where, well, next to them is mostly a somewhat bluish hair girl with bluish eyes and palish skin, and of course wearing a whitish dress. She is kind of new, but of course her name is Asta. This is where, well, she's mostly supposed to be like the strongest, well, what's it called? Well, kind of like captain of all the Imperial. But of course, where, well, she kind of did fall in love with Asta. But of course, where, well, her age was towards similar to 28. This is where, well, one of her children is mostly a kid who is just kind of smaller than the other 2, or mostly other 3. But of course, there's 4 children. 3 of them are actually boys. One of them is actually a girl, but yeah. This is where, well, one who's the oldest, and he is actually 6 years old. He has what they call, well, blackish hair, but with whitish hair at the same time. This is where his eyes are kind of red and purple. This is where next to him is a girl with kind of black, what's it called? Not blackish hair, mostly blondish hair with silver highlights. And of course, where, well, her eyes are dullish purple. She's mostly the child of what's it called, Asta and Junko. While the first one is, well, Asta and Fanika. Of course, the third one is, well, also has blondish hair, and kind of silver eyes, but of course short, and has kind of darker purple eyes. And of course, yeah, he's the child of Junko and Asta. While the last one is basically, well, Asta's child. Basically has highlights of blue and silver, well, mostly just blue highlights, silver hair, and having like dullish, well, not dullish, mostly bluish but purplish eyes at the same time. This is where, well, you can name them whatever, but of course, this is where, well, Asta just grinning at his children and also at his wives. This is where, well, Asta then gets out of, well, the kind of hallway and goes to see his empire. His empire is bigger. It's like just a bigger empire. It's like just really big. It's pretty much the biggest out of, well, the 4 kingdoms. It was actually a mixture of all 4 kingdoms. But of course, this is where, well, Asta is grinning and saying, those people who doubted me, who call me trash, call me weak and pathetic and nothing of my life. Literally, they can see me now as a true empire, or not empire, demon lord of this empire, well, mostly empire. Asta is grinning, and of course he did kind of make trade with what's it called, the Sunland. He wasn't too arrogant to not make trade, but yeah. This is where, well, right now below his, what's it called, empire are just different people, different species, and really much he doesn't care. This is where, well, pretty much it's just don't cause a revolution, blah blah blah. But yeah, this is where, well, Asta is grinning and looking to the distance for almost into the sun going down and just grinning to himself. There's are behind him, mostly 3 of his wife just hugs him behind him, and his children are just looking into mostly the sky right now, having stars in their eyes. Mr. Asta just grins and says, well, this seems to be the end of my chapter. But yes, this will be the end of this what if. Yes, I managed to have time, and I managed to end this what if in only 1 hour and 9 minutes. Thank God. I was thinking of ending it at the part of, well, I was thinking of leaving you guys off on a cliffhanger with Yuno and Asta's battle. But nah. Instead, I wanted to finish it. But of course, what really happened to Yuno is Yuno's actually kind of in prison. What's it called? Like, underground. I forgot to mention, but yeah, he's underground prison and just rotting in life. And of course, people, some there kind of just throw trash because there's a little hall. That's mostly the trash lives here, but yeah. But yeah, there's just trash being thrown at him, but yeah. Asta was petty enough to do that, but yeah. But of course, yeah, that's what really happened. Or pretty much this is pretty much the end of the story, but yeah. But other than that, yes, this is the end of what if Asta was able to take, what's it called, magic away. Now, before I end it off, I know I have to finish other Asta what ifs. Don't worry, I'll finish them off. I also know that I did hit 300, well, what's it called, not 300, 3K.3, well, mostly 3.3K subscribers a while ago. I know I have to make a special of that. I might make a movie of either an Asta what if or a Naruto what if, but don't worry about that. I'll get to it if I have time, but yeah. Pretty much I have lots of time right now. Well, not right now, not today, because today I just kind of procrastinated, but pretty much, I have probably time tomorrow. If my school gets canceled, then I will have, what's it called, time tomorrow, because school is literally going to get canceled because a snowstorm is going to happen at 6 o'clock, and I get to school at 4. Yeah, they better be canceling that shit, because I literally have to stay there for 5 fucking hours. I ain't gonna stay there. Fuck that. I'd rather be fucking at home, chilling in, what's it called, the warmness, instead of freezing my car. Fuck that. But other than that, I know I'm rambling on, but I'll be leaving it off here. So, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and bye.